Hey everyone, this is Django doing a quick review of the new Dragon Age DLC, Darkspawn Chronicles. Yay. You play one of these guys, a Hurlock Vanguard, and it starts off pretty basic. You're at the end of the original game, so the big fight at the end in Denirm, and you are basically going to be working your way through the areas that you saw at the end of the original game, but with some extra little bits and bobs thrown in. Now I should say, you are playing as the Darkspawn all the way through. You don't play any humans or elves or anything like that. As you can see, you know, you work your way around Denirm, and you know, it's quite a lot to do. But what makes it interesting is the way that they've adapted the game so you can include some of these Darkspawn abilities. Now, as a Hurlock Vanguard, you don't really go around and do quests as such, although obviously you do kinda, but not in the same way as you would in the original game, and also in the same way you don't recruit party members the same. You use an ability called Enthrall, which you can click on any of the Darkspawn that you see. So if you want a healer, get a healer, you just use Enthrall on him and you get him. There's blight balls and shrieks and all sorts of things, and you can use those to effectively move through the areas, because there's quite a lot of goodies that you need to go around and smack in the face with a big sword. There is loot, there's weapons, armour, health potions, some of which you can use. This is Shriek here, which is obviously in stealth at the moment, and you can use him to get behind things like this, the ballistas, and bring the pain. Oh, have it. He's down. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, it makes for some quite interesting little tactical things you can do, but nothing massively taxing, you know, that you're really going to struggle with. There's another one here, the ogre. Doing all the kind of ogre-y things that ogres do, which you would have seen from the first game. So some quite, obviously, you know, you can probably tell there's some quite cool things that you can do. But I should stress that that my scores, which obviously, as usual, will come up at the end, is kind of balanced. You need to look at the price. The price isn't very much at all, but because of that, you're not looking at an enormous DLC here. For a Dragon Age vet, an hour and a half. For someone that's not particularly new, an hour and 35. I mean, it's not particularly long. It's not a massively deep thing. You're effectively playing the very last end part of the original game, but only as the Darkspawn. And it's not quite as detailed and RPG rich, story rich as the original one was, but then it doesn't really need to be for the price when you look at it. But there's some really cool things going on, and I like what they've kind of brought to it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Dragon Age community actually make with these new kind of Darkspawn things. I can imagine us seeing some Darkspawn elements here for, you know, stuff that the community's made. This part here is another little feature. So you've got the enthrall ability to obviously recruit people into your party, but if you get bored of them, then you just execute them and get somebody else. Darkspawn don't really have a high level of politeness, just execute. If only life was that easy. Oh no, maybe I don't mean that. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's just bringing some subtle different flavours in, and as you can see, you know, you can actually get right through to actually change the outcome of the game. And there's Alistair on the floor there, and oh, so owned. Anyway, cheers.
You know it's time for us to step it up another level now, cause we finished warming up, so we rise up, elevate to maintain, fill up with octane and fan the flame. We regain all the names the enemy took away.